are back in action from the Alonte Sports Arena in Biñan, Laguna for the 6-game Saturday special. We commence today's basketball hostilities with 14 under action from the North Division. These and other more coming up as we continue the live coverage of the country's premier youth basketball league, the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Good morning, everybody. The name is Cho Pangilinan covering the action with Coach Noy Africa. Good morning, Coach. What a way to start our morning with some 14 and under high-octane action. Coach Noy, Quezon City has 6-3 record. Good for the fourth place. They're looking to lock that one in for their last game of the season this morning. Samantalang yung kalaban naman nila, JT Bulacan, Taipan. Last two games down the We are back in action from the Alonte Sports Arena in Biñan, Laguna for the 6-game Saturday special. We commence today's basketball hostilities with 14 under action from the North Division. These and other more coming up as we continue the live coverage of the country's premier youth basketball league, the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. And for our games today, first set of 3 is between Quezon City and Bulacan. Second set of 3 between Biñan, the home team, and Las Piñas. And then some 21 and under action. Biñan as well playing against ICC Blue Hawks. So better stay tuned for our games today. Good morning, everybody. The name is Cho Pangilinan covering the action with Coach Noy Africa. Good morning, Coach. What a way to start our morning high-octane 14 and under action.
Yeah, that's right, Cho. And of course, we've got two teams trying to get into a better playoff position. And usually, sometimes the playoff seeding pretty much dictates how their season ends up.
And speaking of playoff positioning, itong Quezon City, they're 6-3, good for the fourth place. This is the last game of their season. They're trying to lock that position in. Samantalang kalaban na naman nila Bulacan, they're currently at the 5th spot, ilalim lang nila. And they're trying to, better themselves from where they are right now, considering they still have 2 games down the road.
Yeah, that's right. And after losing a very close one to the Antipolo JY Titans in a game where they shot very well from the field, 41%, they were able to out-rebound Antipolo 47 to 41. However, they just turned the ball over too much, turning the ball over 24 times, which Antipolo was able to take advantage of, scoring to 31 points off turnovers. But very impressive. Of course, this kid has really just developed into a fine scorer, Tristan Flores, finishing with 31 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists.
And hopefully, Tristan Flores' efforts today will be enough to carry his team to a W. Pero pag-usapan naman natin itong Bulacan winning against Mandaluyong.
Yeah, on the flip side, they did, itong Bulacan was able to win a very close one against Mandaluyong, only winning by a single point. In that game, they shot only 33% from the field, but they were able to out-rebound Mandaluyong by 30, 57 to 27. And whenever you've got that dominance in the paint, they scored 38 against us, 26 points in the paint for Mandaluyong, and just lorded it over. Second chance points, 16 against just 7 for Mandaluyong in that game. It was the usual suspect, Edison Jordan, having an 18 points, 7 rebound, 5 assists, 3 steal performance. So we're expecting him to continue to be consistent for Bulacan JT Taipan.
And he was indeed the savior of this squad, and that is the reason why they are in the 5th spot right now. But as of right now, let's not waste any more time. Let's turn it over to Mr. Denzel Santiago, our venue announcer.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Junior MPBL fans. Welcome to Alonte Sports Arena here in Biñan City, Laguna for the continuation of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 2, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino. The first basketball action continues between the Quezon City 828 Junior Giants versus the Bulacan JP Taipan 14 under. We are live on our official Facebook page and YouTube channel of Manny Pacquiao's Junior Team Manager Gilbert Cheng, Team Owners Honorable Vice Mayor Gian Solo, Jaime Hizon, Randy Muyuela. And now it's time to meet the starters from your Bulacan, JP Taipan. Guard number 14, Johan Antonio Chongson. Also guard number 4, Kian Edison Jordan. Forward number 13, Mark Jasper Bybid. Also forward number 17, Axel Juan Gonzalez. Playing center number 10, James Clarence Mesa. Head coach of Bulacan, JP Taipan, Jerry Lipio. Assisted by Lance Patrick Kona, Andy Chongson, team manager Charles Kimpo, Joe Vensay.
Our Dora and Bola ng Pinoy team starters. For Bulacan, we have Chongson and Jordan for the guards, Baybin Gonzalez for the forwards, and man at the middle is Mesa. For Quezon City, we have Cheng and Vergara at the guards, Yang and Wee for the forwards, and Tan for the man at the middle. Once again, just a quick recap for our pregame. Itong Quezon City 8-8 Junior Giants currently at the 4th spot of the standings, losing against Antipolo. That was just a 3-point loss. Ito namang Bulacan, an unfortunate win against Mandaluyong, and they are currently at the 5th spot of the ranking. So definitely, Coach Sher, the stakes are high for this one.
So definitely, as both teams already at the tail end of their schedules, Quezon City playing their last game here in the eliminations, while JT Bulacan Taipan will still have another game after this.
And indeed, again, the stakes are high, so we expect a very intense ball game despite, having it 7 a.m. in the morning.
Parang nagre-reklamo ka agad, so
No, because usually, Coach, wala pang gana yung mga players eh. Pero, with the kind of games, with the kind of scheduling we have in the junior MPBL, at this point, sanay na tayo. Yung mga players for sure, they expect this game to be as intense as possible despite being very early in the morning.
Especially for both of these teams coming from, of course, from Quezon City and Bulacan. They needed to make this trip here to Biñan, and the early start, definitely they have to be awake by like 3 or 4 in the morning just to get to play today.
Exactly. And, I'm almost certain na yung mga training sessions nila start at these kinds of times. But for the meantime, that is Edison Jordan, quick to make some noise for the first bucket of the ball game. An end one opportunity for him.
We're going to expect him to continue to carry the scoring load here for Bulacan. You see right there, just barreling his way through the defense of Tan, able to score and earn an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Power Pound Fitness foul counted move. However, he doesn't sink the free throw, but the putback still won't fall for them. They try to get it back, and they do. They reset. Chongson up top, sends it to Baybin. He enters the paint, he attacks, that is unsuccessful, and possession will go to Quezon City.
And you can see Bulacan trying very early to pound the ball inside, but the defense of Quezon City able to hold him down.
Yang, high pass. However, that is stolen by JT Bulacan Taipan. So far, they have a 2-point lead, and roughly 2 minutes gone by in our first period. Jordan up top against Vergara. Jordan attacks. Jordan scores once again.
And right now, first order of business here for Quezon City. How do they stop Edison Jordan from getting inside?
And that is indeed easier said than done, as Jordan currently averaging almost 20 points per game in our competition. It is actually a candidate for most valuable player in the 14 and under division. In the meantime, Gonzalez inside, drop pass, good find, converting for 2.
Because of that, an early timeout here, need to make the adjustments as Bulacan has just been getting to the lane.
Nature Spring timeout called right here after that gorgeous pass from Gonzalez to Mesa. It's 6-0.
This is the very first time that Edison Jordan will be playing without his twin brother, Allison Jordan, who is currently ailing a sprained ankle injury. And ito rin, yung first time na wala nga or hindi present sa venue ngayon ng kanyang mother, because out of all the 8 games played by JT Bulacan Taipan, laging present ng kanilang mother. Well, Edison told me earlier that this will fuel him, although it's gonna be a challenge, pero hopefully, ito ang 5th victory para sa koponan niya. Back to you, Cho and Coach Noy.
Thank you very much, Daphne, for that report. And indeed, it's unfortunate that Bulacan will not be playing with Allison Jordan, pero I'm sure they'd rather have 1 Jordan than 0 Jordans at all.
Yeah, but so far I don't think he's struggling at all, already scoring 4 out of the 6 points so far for Bulacan.
In the meantime, Biñan getting called for a traveling violation on that fast break, and so far it's still 6-0.
And you can see Bulacan just continuing to put pressure on the basketball and looking to attack the paint every chance they get.
And again, it's obvious that these kids know what's at stake. In the meantime, that is no good from Tan. Excellent defense by Bulacan. Chongson brings it down, sends it to Edison Jordan. Back to Chongson against Vergara. Biñan provides the pick, sends it to Biñan. Sends it out, Gonzalez, mid-range jumper. Won't fall, Vergara grabs the board. And high pass, they attack the lane. And still with Quezon City. And that will finally go in courtesy of Jordan Yang.
That time rewarded for the patience on the offense for Quezon City, ending with that basket from Jordan Yang.
First bucket of the game for Quezon City. Meanwhile, Biñan no good on that floater. Another try, finally going in for him.
Continuing to test the interior defense of Quezon City, Bulacan has scored all of their points inside the paint.
That is a foul going to be called on JT Bulacan Taipan. So possession going to stay with the Junior Giants. 19 seconds to shoot for them as we take a look on this put back from Biñan to make it 8-2. Meanwhile, 3-pointer that goes in, courtesy of Yui Vergara.
That time the corner shot available for Quezon City, despite the closeout a little too late there for Bulacan.
And we all know Yui Vergara participated in the 3-point contest this past Junior MPBL All-Star, so it's no surprise he can knock those down. Meanwhile,
and that was played in this very
exactly.
venue.
I forgot to mention that. Meanwhile, the rebound by Yang. He continues to run but steps on the brakes, sends it inside, risky pass. They still have it. Vergara, tough shot, won't fall. They try to hustle for the basketball, but it stays. Rather, it will go with Bulacan.
And right now, Bulacan just continuing to try to stay in front of Quezon City on the defensive and not really trying to force those turnovers, just making sure that they have a person right in front of the players of Quezon City.
And indeed, it's very good to see these players defending in a disciplined manner and not really letting emotions get in the way of that. Meanwhile, Jordan sends it inside. Good find. However, that's going to be a foul called on Quezon City. So 2 freebies coming up for Biñan.
So right now, even if Bulacan still to play their last 2 games, if they are able to sweep their last 2 games, they finish at 6-4, and if they beat Quezon City, they actually tie Quezon City in the standings.
And they also have another chance to add more wins to their winning column. So that's definitely gonna be, a chance to surprise everyone. Meanwhile, Biñan, first freebie is good. So far has 3 points and 3 boards to his name.
He has been providing the inside muscle so far for Bulacan and Coach Jerry Lipio.
Biñan goes 2 out of 2, and so far in this competition, he's averaging almost 7 points and 5 rebounds per game. So far, make that a 5-point lead for Bulacan. However, looks like Tristan Clores will have something to say about that as he enters the ball game. Clores has it. Couple of crossovers, will lose the basketball and will turn the ball over immediately.
And of course, a lot of attention will be put into Tristan Flores, who is averaging 18.6 rebounds and 3 assists per game.
Meanwhile, Hussein will fire from deep, gets it to go.
We've got both of these teams not really looking to shoot that three-pointer that much, but already with a very good accuracy. 1 out of 2 for both teams.
Meanwhile, Flores will have something to say about that as he enters the paint for 2.
And Flores has become the scoring leader here for Quezon City.
But on the other side, they failed to find the open by Biñan as Bulacan scores 2 more points.
That's a problem when you're pressuring the basketball. You're prone to those missed coverages, and easy 2 points there for Bulacan.
And to make matters worse, they turned the ball over with a traveling violation called on them.
Actually, some teams like to be pressured because that means, you know, for as long as you execute your press break properly, you're going to get layups on the other end.
Meanwhile, Chongson sends it to Biñan. Out to Chongson once again. Hands it off to Hussein. Back to Biñan. No good on that elbow jumper as a rebound right here by the Junior Giants. What a save, excellent save right there from Hussein. And meanwhile, on the other side, Jordan. Nowhere to go, and Himao able to grab the basketball, but unfortunately will step out of bounds and possession back to Bulacan.
Edison Jordan was actually surprised that he was going on 1-on-3 fast break. Almost turned the ball over, but luckily they keep possession.
And just like that, there's only more than 2 minutes remaining in our first period. So far, it's an 8-point lead for Bulacan as they'll have possession. Biñan receiving it up top, will hand it off to Chongson. Chongson trying to find his teammates. Biñan provides the pick, he fires for 3, and that won't go in. Rebound by Himao. However, it's a steal right here by Bulacan. Hussein attacks. Hussein won't go for him. And here comes Flores, not wasting any time. Tristan Flores drop pass. And they both wrestle for the basketball, but Mesa grabs a hold of it. Meanwhile, here comes Bulacan. Chongson up top. While trying to find his teammates. Hussein asking for it. He gets it. Hussein attacks. Sends it outside. Chongson enters the paint. One-hander. That's good.
That floater from the free throw line, exactly what he needed before he got into the land of the Giants.
Make that now a double-digit 10-point lead. And that shot is erased coming from Flores. And here comes JT Bulacan Taipan. They have a 10-point lead. The attack. Unable to score in that sequence as Himao grabs the basketball. Less than a minute remaining. D sends it out. Flores attacks. Flores entering the paint for 2 more points.
That time able to use that 1-2 step to disengage from the defense. Flores now with his 4th point of the game.
And Chongson successfully brings it down. Mesa steps on the brakes, backs to Chongson. Hands it off to Hussein. This time it's Espiritu attacking against D. Espiritu. No good. Mesa. What hustle and a putback coming from Mesa.
What you like about that rebound by Mesa, did not put the ball down anymore, just went straight up.
D. Now it's Himao. Out to Flores. He has 7 seconds to work with. Flores. Is he aware of the time? Last 3 seconds. Flores. Gobing Hui trying to wrestle for it. An excellent defense coming from James Mesa. As we conclude our first period, it's 19-9, and Bulacan able to give themselves an early, comfortable 10-point lead. And we return for the start of our second period. Once again, this is the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
The following sponsors: Doride, Bola ng Pinoy, the official ball of Junior MPBL. Don Benitos, ang pangbansang kasama. Teju Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines.
Back to the action right here. Once again, it's 19-9. Bulacan able to give themselves a comfortable cushion. 10 to be exact.
So far, the problem for Quezon City has been the ability to take care of the basketball, already turning that ball over 11 times, which Bulacan has been able to take advantage of. 11 points off turnovers.
It looks like Quezon City still has those morning jitters, but let's see if they can find a solution to their problems. Meanwhile, a steal right here by the Junior Giants. Cheng brings it down. Cheng still has it, sends it out. C attacking the lane. C unable to put that basketball inside the hoop. That's out of bounds. Possession going to Bulacan.
So far, it's still the defense of Bulacan able to hold the fort. They've only limited Quezon City to just 8 first quarter attempts while already attempting 18 of their own.
Bulacan circulates the ball on the offense. However, that is a miss from Hussein. Good hustle coming from Gonzalez. Gives it to Bagtas. No good on that one-hander. Hussein gets it back. Hussein drops it inside and still won't go for Bulacan. Flores high pass to C, and C getting fouled by Gonzalez on that fast break.
That time C was rewarded for his aggression, getting a foul, and looks like going to the free throw line. And if you're JT Bulacan Taipan, they had the advantage on defense. They had a double team on C, did not need to reach and foul and send him to the free throw line for 2.
So C going to the free throw line. As first one is no good. As we're seeing Coach Jerry Lipio hopefully leading the Bulacan JT Taipan 14-under to a win today. And again, just a quick recap. Quezon City playing their final game this morning. Ito namang Bulacan still has 2 games including this one down the road. Here comes Bulacan, able to cross the ball from half court. Bagtas having a hard time controlling the basketball. And Quezon City going away. Flores tried to slam it home, but I guess a tap ring will do just fine. And a timeout, Nature Spring timeout, going to be called by Coach Jerry Lipio, as they're still up by 7, but looks like they want to recalibrate things. Let's take another look on this almost tap ring coming from Tristan Flores. And again, we'll be back after this Nature Spring timeout. And back to the action right here. Once again, we are live in the Alonte Sports Arena in Biñan, Laguna. As it's 19-12. 7-point lead for the Northcomers in Bulacan. And now they will have possession. Looks like Quezon City implementing a full court pressure. But they successfully bring the basketball down. Or rather, they will not, as it's a backcourt violation called on them.
And you can see the intensity in that backcourt pressure from Quezon City continuing to increase here, and that's why they bring Chongson back in the game to try and be able to navigate the press of Quezon City.
2 minutes gone by in our second period. And meanwhile, that's going to be a foul called on Bulacan, as it's Teng. A chance to go to the free throw line for him.
Well, that's one way for Quezon City to pile on the points, get to the free throw line, as Bulacan has begun to start fouling here at the start of the second quarter.
First one is good for Teng, as we're currently seeing head coach Ian Mazo leading his boys in the Quezon City 8-8 Junior Giants. So far, they're able to cut the lead to 6. And that'll be a miss coming from Teng. Meanwhile, they get it back. Mid-range jumper still won't fall for Quezon City. Chongson, forward pass to Espiritu. Espiritu will lose the ball on his way to the cup.
Well, it's been a better job here for Quezon City, getting back in transition, not allowing those transition points for Bulacan.
And so far, it's Tristan Flores leading the charge for this Quezon City squad. So far with 6 points on the other side. 6 points also has been tallied by Bin. And that is swiped away by Espiritu. Meanwhile, let's turn it over to Miss Daphne Cristobal for a report.
It has been 4 months since the first game played by the 14 under Quezon City 8-8 Junior Giants. As described by head coach Ian Mazo, they have come a long way. If there are things evident today, it's their familiarity. This team is one of those squads who are laddering their spot all the way to the top. So for Coach Ian, what stays the same despite months of being together is their individual roles in the system and their fight, which will always be right. Join Coach Noy.
Thank you very much, Daphne, for that report. And indeed, that is one of the luxuries that Quezon City has that other teams doesn't have. Yung familiarity with each other because, you know, as for everybody's information, they are a school-based team specifically from Xavier School in San Juan City.
And I can actually attest to this because I believe I covered their first game and they look a little disjointed. But you can see right now it's a better oiled machine, not yet well oiled, but you can see that really the development of this team has grown by leaps and bounds.
And that is the reason why they're currently at 4th place. You know, not too bad of a standing, but you know they can definitely improve it. Hopefully with a win today, as Cheng escapes, but that's gonna be a foul called on the chasing Espiritu. So that's gonna be 2 free throws.
Actually, one of the advantages also for Quezon City being a school-based team. Xavier was one of the schools that continued to start the school year in June. That's why they had more preparation time when the season began. They didn't have that much time to practice as it was still summertime. But when the school started, mas madali na silang to coordinate for practices because they do go to the same school.
And again, indeed, that has been a convenience for them. Unlike yung mga ibang teams in our junior MPBL, they're not necessarily, you know, in one institution.
And again, also the ability for coaches Ian Mazo and Ian Racela to implement their system. Finally, we're seeing some good results here for Quezon City.
However, Bulacan, you know, will not back down as that's going to be a putback. Meanwhile, Quezon City having possession. So far, Yui Vergara, 2 3-pointers to his name. As Yang sends it to the corner. Vergara try to send it inside, but good defense from Jordan. Forward pass. Johan Chongson steps on the break, sends it outside. It's now Jordan against Cheng. Edison Jordan attacks the lane for 2.
Whenever he's gotten that basketball, he has looked straight at that rim. No one there to stop him on the Quezon City side.
So far, it's 6 points for Edison Jordan. Meanwhile, Yang for 3. Gets it to go.
Three-point shooting for Quezon City becoming a factor here in the second quarter. That's already 3 3-pointers made for them in this game.
So far, it's just a 3-point lead for Bulacan. Meanwhile, Jordan sends it inside, but that's going to be a traveling violation called.
So far for Quezon City, they know what Edison Jordan is trying to do. He's trying to get inside the paint, so they need to pack that paint and force him to shoot from the outside.
Meanwhile, good defense from Bulacan, but Quezon City still gets a hold of it. Meanwhile, no good from Jordan Yang. And here comes Espiritu. Finds Jordan. Edison Jordan, no good on that mid-range jumper, but the putback and the hustle by his teammate Espiritu is good.
This is one of the teams that really attacks that offensive glass aggressively, and JT Bulacan Taipan with yet another second chance point.
It's now a 5-point lead for Bulacan. Meanwhile, Cheng will fire from deep. Gets it to go as well.
Right now, the 3-point shots have allowed Quezon City to creep back into this ball game, now down by just 2 points.
The three-point bomb has been doing wonders for Quezon City. Let's see how Bulacan will respond. Chongson has it, almost losing the basketball. Sends it to Espiritu. Back to Chongson. He fires from deep. Unable to make it. He tried to get it back, but possession going to Quezon City.
Almost with another offensive rebound there for Bulacan is Mesa, but good boxing out at the last moment for Quezon City.
And so far, Quezon City 3 out of 5 from the land of 3. That's good for 60%. Correction, that is 4 out of 6, good for 66%. So even better than what I've mentioned. Meanwhile, Espiritu getting fouled by Tristan Flores, so he shall go to the free throw line for 2.
So right now it's a clash of styles as Quezon City looking to bomb away from the outside while Bulacan just continuing to try and pound the paint. So far 20 points in the paint for Bulacan, only 8 for Quezon City.
And at the line, it's Kyle Espiritu. First one is good for him. So far, he's averaging close to 13 points per game and close to 5 boards. So far in this game, has 3 points and 2 boards. Second free throw. That won't go in for him, but Mesa gets it back. Mesa sends it outside as Bulacan resets. Jordan inside. Jordan slices the defense and attacks for 2.
Just attacking on his dominant hand. Quezon City needs to be aware. Try to force him to go left.
A Nature Spring timeout called right here by Coach Ian Mazo. Let's take another look. Jordan slicing the defense. Fearless drive coming from the Adamson Baby Falcon. And it's 28-23, 5-point lead for Bulacan. Back to the action right here as we're seeing ang Dorite bola ng Pinoy, the official ball of our junior MPBL. And so far it's 28-23, 5-point gap in favor of the Bulacan JT Taipan. And special thanks as well to Don Benito Sampambansang Kasava, Nature Spring, the #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, Pound Active for quality sportswear, Winford Resort and Casino Manila, and Red Dynasty Seafood and Hot Pot Restaurant. Right now, it's in the hands of the Junior Giants. Flores sends it inside. Now it's outside. Jordan Yeng from deep. Bullseye!
It's interesting how Jordan Yeng has taken off the headband and immediately knocks down a three-pointer. So I'm guessing that headband won't come back in this game.
Definitely, he means business. As of right now, that three-pointer cuts the lead to just 2 for Bulacan. Meanwhile, Espiritu, Mesa provides the pick. Espiritu steps back for 3, answers back with his own triple.
Right now, it's beginning to become a shootout here as that has been the weapon of choice for Quezon City, but this time it's Bulacan answering back with their own 3.
And it's back to a 5-point lead. Quezon City moves the ball around. Cheng from deep, unable to hit that one. Under 2 minutes remaining in our first half. Espiritu sends it inside. The attack, Bulacan. Excellent defense coming from Quezon City. Yang, forward pass but intercepted by Kyle Espiritu. Here comes Johan Chongson, stops and pops, gets it to go!
All of a sudden, JT Bulacan Taipan trying to go from the outside, and that time a pull-up 3 from Chongson is good.
And Bulacan fighting fire with fire so far in the past minute or so. Meanwhile, Yui Vergara from deep. He won't hit it, but they will get it back. Tan sends it out to Vergara. Now it's Cheng. He attacks. Another send out. Yang from deep. Not that time. And here goes Bulacan JT Taipan. That goes out of bounds. Possession going to stay with them. Let's take another look. And the stop and pop three-pointer coming from the little guy, Johan Chongson.
Bulacan just continuing to try to push the pace, and at that time Chongson just pulling up for that open three.
Meanwhile, 45 seconds remaining. Chongson, it's in his hands. Espiritu unable to hit that three-pointer. And here comes Clores, quick to bring it down. No time wasted. Clores, he will get fouled, and 2 freebies coming up for Tristan Clores.
Now he looks a lot more confident than at the start of the season. You can see just how confident he is with his ball handling, going all the way to the paint, just unable to finish, but will take a trip to the free throw line for 2.
So far, Clores has 6 points and 2 rebounds. And Quezon City will definitely need his services if they want to win this ball game. Tristan Clores currently averaging close to 18 points per game, 6 rebounds, 3 dimes, 1 block, and 2 takeaways. However, he will miss that first freebie. Second one on its way. That is good for Tristan Clores. And he cuts the lead to 7 with 33 seconds remaining.
And let's see how JT Bulacan Taipan will be able to handle this pressure defense from Quezon City.
And meanwhile, Ganosa receiving it from Chongson, drops it to Baybin. And he fades away, but that's going to be a whistle. An offensive foul called on Bulacan.
That's going to be team foul number 5 for Bulacan. So they cannot afford to foul anymore with just 25 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Still a 7-point lead in favor of Bulacan. And so far, it's no other than Kian Edison Jordan leading them. So Cheng, aware of the time, will try to burn out some seconds. Cheng against Chongson. Cheng still with him, sends it to his teammate Hemao. Now it's Vergara. Nowhere to go, being caged at the corner. Vergara drops it to Clores. And that is successful for Quezon City.
Just great execution there for Quezon City, essentially getting the last basket of the first half, cutting the lead down to just 5 points.
There you have it. For our first half is 34 to 29, a 5-point gap in favor of the JT Bulacan Taipan. However, itong Quezon City putting up a fight. So still an eternity of basketball to be played. And we shall be back once again. This is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
You're still watching Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL para po sa ating halftime interview. Kasama ko si Assistant Coach Andy Chongson for Team Bulacan JT Taipan. Good morning, Coach. Nakita natin during the first half, marami po naging outside shots itong Quezon City, especially in the 3-point area. Paano po natin to masa-stop in the second half?
Okay, of course, they are playing in the system and we believe na school-based yan. Outside shooting, talagang napakahusay ng mga bata. That's why we are giving instruction to our players na hard close out and always be attentive. Mag-respond sila o mag-react sila. Still following the system of defense na plan namin for this game.
Indeed, Coach, yung depensa yung kakailanganin po nila. Meron po ba kayong gustong pasalamatan or batiin po ngayon?
Yes po, nagpapasalamat po ako una sa lahat sa Bulacan Taipan, Boss Joventay, si Boss Charles Kimpo, sa amin pong head coach, Coach Jerry, the rest of the coaching staff, ang aming mga very supportive parents sa mga bata at most especially sa eskwela ng aking anak ng Living Angels Christian Academy. And they just play. Salamat sa suporta.
Thank you so much, Coach Andy, and good luck po sa team ninyo. Second half of Team Bulacan versus Quezon City in just a while.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
Wing Bowl, it's like coming home. Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes.
And at the half, it's 34-29, only a 5-point gap in favor of the JT Bulacan Taipan, as so far Quezon City putting up a fight in this game that has, a lot of stakes within it.
Well, so far for both of these teams, it has been a clash of styles. Bulacan just continuing to try to pound that ball inside, already scoring 22 points in the paint, while Quezon City is trying to bomb from the outside, although late in that first half, Bulacan also able to shoot from the outside. As you can see, Quezon City 50% from the field, 43% for Bulacan, but Bulacan with a 12 attempt advantage. That's why they have a 5-point lead here. As I said earlier, Quezon City trying to bomb from the outside, 5 out of 10 from the 3-point area, and JT Bulacan Taipan just scoring 2 late threes to be able to extend that lead back up to 5 points. As you can see, Bulacan continuing to dominate the rebounding, 19-12, but Quezon City doing a better job taking care of the basketball in that second quarter. They committed 11 turnovers in the first quarter, only committing 3 in the second quarter, and that's why they've managed to come back from that early 10-point deficit at the end of the first quarter.
And so far for Quezon City, leading the charge is no other than Tristan Colores, already with 9 points. On the other side, for Bulacan, it's Kian Edison Jordan with 8. And so far, Bulacan, again, just like what Coach Noy explained, they like to take it inside. Dito naman Quezon City, they like to take it outside. And we'll see the adjustments from both teams as we're awaiting the start of our second half.
And as expected, the two biggest stars here for both teams, Kian Jordan and Tristan Flores, managing to lead their teams in scoring, but Flores for Quezon City had Yeng and Vergara contributing. Yeng with 8 points, Vergara with 6, while on the other end for Bulacan, you've got Baybin and Espiritu both with 6 points to support Jordan, who had 8.
And certainly, we have a ball game, an exciting ball game ahead of us. As of right now, we start our second half. So that possession being foiled by Bulacan as they have it right now. Jordan sends it outside. Paulino. Now it's Baybin. Sends it inside once again, and that's Hossein fading away for 2.
And once again, you see Bulacan continuing to go inside, and this time it's Hossein. Now in the game with 5 points earlier, hit a 3.
Meanwhile, Flores will rise up for a 3. And that won't hit rim as Jordan grabs it. Hussein sends it to Baybin. He attacks. Good defense in transition from Tristan Flores.
You can see Flores able to get back in transition and using his length to get that block.
It looks like Quezon City means business in this second half. Meanwhile, Hussein will be the one to bring it out. Sends it to Paulino. Now it's handed off to Kian Edison Jordan. Against Flores. He fades away. Good defense once again from Flores. But they get it back. Meanwhile, that's going to be a foul called on Flores.
Oh, they call it on Jordan.
Also, it looks like an offensive foul. So Jordan will be called for it.
Well,
And
that's
Quezon City now has it.
always a tough call for the referees, especially on those 50-50 balls. Who to call the loose ball foul on.
But as of right now, Quezon City favoring that sequence. Meanwhile, Go Bing Hui sends it out. Cheng rises up for a mid-range jumper, but that is overshot. Here goes Jordan, not wasting any time. Edison Jordan, a basket and one in transition.
Well, that time that was Jordan versus Jordan, but Kian Jordan getting those 2 points over Jordan Yang.
It's a pound-for-pound fitness foul, a counted move. What ball control and composure showcased by Edison Jordan. So far has 10 points, a chance to make it 11. Also has 2 boards and 2 dimes. And is, by the way, currently playing for the Adamson Baby Falcons.
He will be the first player in double digits for both teams, as you said, now with 11 points after completing that 3-point play.
And more importantly, it's a 10-point lead for Bulacan. They're back within double digits. Meanwhile, nowhere to go. Good defense coming from Bulacan. However, they're unable to get the basketball as Flores had a chance to put one in. But this time it's Bulacan. Paulino able to save the basketball. Hussein, that was intended for Mesa, but he wasn't paying attention as Flores grabs it. Meanwhile, good pass. At least I thought it was, as Hussein grabs it back for Bulacan. By Bean. So a couple of sloppy sequences for both teams, but possession going to stay with Bulacan.
Like you said, Bulacan lucky to keep possession. Some very careless passes on both ends of the floor.
Hussein, the one to bring it out from the baseline. Tried to find Baybin, but that is intercepted by Gobing Hui.
You can see both teams now showing a lot more energy, and that is pretty much leading to some crazy sloppy passes.
Meanwhile, Hussein once again from the baseline sends it out to Baybin. Shot clock down to 9. Baybin sends it to Paulino. He has nowhere to go. Sends it back to Baybin. And they're unaware of the shot clock, as that'll be a shot clock violation.
Well, it's going to be a challenge here for both teams, as the shot clock is right at the scoreboard in the middle of the court. So it's very important for the other teammates to be able to tell each other when the shot clock is running down.
Definitely a newly profound challenge for them, but that will just make the game more interesting. Meanwhile, still a 10-point lead. 4 minutes gone by in our third period. Flores rises up for a 3. He won't hit it. And the rebound still by the Junior Giants. As Flores basket and one on that fadeaway from that right elbow.
I like the maturity in the game of Flores. Missing a 3-pointer earlier, this time goes a lot closer and able to score with the foul and the basket.
Pound for pound fitness foul, counted the move courtesy of Tristan Flores. Also has 11 points right now, a chance to make it 12. More importantly, able to cut the lead of Bulacan to just 8.
And you can see with the confidence with which he took that fadeaway, you know that he has been practicing that shot.
Meanwhile, Bulacan having difficulties in bringing it down, as that is intercepted, but possession going to stay with them.
Bulacan lucky to keep the basketball, as C just unable to catch the ball. What a great read though.
17 seconds left in the shot clock. The fire from deep, no good from Sevilla. And possession going to Quezon City. So right now we're approaching the 5-minute mark of our third period. A 7-point lead for Bulacan. Flores putting a couple of moves. Flores no good on the attack. Rebound by Jordan. And here comes Edison Jordan at the break. Jordan attacks. Jordan, he is going to be fouled by Teng, as he's going to shoot 2 freebies.
Well, you can see the 2 stars of both teams attacking the paint but different results as Jordan able to fish for a foul.
And so far, 2 team fouls each for both teams. And once again, Kian Edison Jordan averaging close to 18 points per game. And so far right now has 11. Second freebie on its way for Edison Jordan. He's 1 out of 2.
Right now with 12 points, matching the total of Flores on the other end, but Flores was subbed out.
Meanwhile, Vergara thought about the 3. Sends it outside, it's D. Now at the corner, Teng, he attacks. Another give off. As C, unsuccessful in that attack. Good defense from Bulacan. As Jordan appearing to step on the brakes. Sends it to Hussein. Hussein nowhere to go, sends it to the corner. They fire from deep, but that won't hit. D saves it, and Quezon City now having possession. Teng. That is a jump ball call. For the meantime, let's turn it over to Daphne Rizostobal for a report.
Coach Noy, you kept mentioning earlier about the defense of Bulacan, which is lethal in the first half. And for Coach Lip, that's how they would grab the win defensively. In the huddle, the mission is to lessen their errors while preventing the outside shots of the 8-8 junior giants. They have also presented a lot more options offensively for the team not to solely focus para dito kay Edison. So, and Coach Noy.
Thank you very much, Daphne, for that report. And as cliche as it may sound, defense wins championships, Coach Noy.
Well, during that halftime interview of Daphne with assistant coach Andy Chongson, they really wanted to focus on the outside shooting of Quezon City, and so far still no 3-pointers made here in the second half for Quezon City.
And currently, the 8-8 junior giants, 5 out of 12. So that's just 41%. So meanwhile, Vergara. Now it's inside to C, to Teng. But that's going to be a foul after that hard collision from Kian Edison Jordan.
That was a great pass, but Jordan still able to not give an easy basket right there. As you see that pass from C to Teng. It's going to be personal foul number 2 for Jordan, 3rd as a team for Bulacan. Sorry, 4th.
That's no more fouls to give for Bulacan. And still 2 more fouls to give for Quezon City. As of right now, it's Teng at the free throw line. He will miss that first freebie. So far, it's back to a 10-point lead as we're currently seeing head coach Ian Mazo. Teng will go 1 out of 2. Cuts the lead to just single digits. So Sevilla gives it to Chongson. Now it's Espiritu. Under 3 minutes remaining in our 3rd period. Chongson being harassed by Jordan Yeng. However, he's unable to complete the steal. Chongson has 7 seconds. Sevilla, traveling violation.
Really just lost his footing there. Was not able to decide right away what he wanted to do with the basketball. Got caught between trying to shoot and trying to pass and trying to dribble.
Meanwhile, Quezon City will try to take advantage of that turnover. Vergara, now it's at the corner. Teng, back to Yeng. On the other side, good ball movement. Vergara from deep. He won't hit. That's going to be a foul called on Bulacan, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is indeed called on Bulacan. And it's indeed penalty, as again we've mentioned before, Bulacan, no more fouls to give.
So that could be something Quezon City can take advantage of for the final 2:08 here in the 3rd quarter, as I believe it's it's Teng who will go to the free throw line for 2.
And so far, Teng has 2 points to his name. Make that 3, as that first freebie is good. And over 2 minutes remaining in our 3rd period. So far, Quezon City, just an 8-point gap between them and their opponent. And he goes 1 out of 2 again from the line. Chongson forward pass to Espiritu. Bulacan up by 8. The attack by Espiritu, he loses the leather. And here comes Jordan Yang, 2-on-2 situation. Yang will attack the lane.
Good aggressive drive there for Yang, cutting the lead down to just 6 points.
Espiritu finds Biñan. Back to Espiritu. Under 2 minutes remaining in our third period. Flores, good defense. Flores looks to have tried to slam it, but he will settle for a lay-in as he cuts the lead to just 4 right here. And let's take another look on this breakaway layup coming from Jordan Yang. And of course followed by the soft touch coming from Tristan Flores. Nature Spring timeout called right here. Bulacan up by just 4. Back to the action right here, under 2 minutes remaining in our third period. So far, it's a 4-point gap in favor of the JT Bulacan Taipan. However, Quezon City putting up a fight so far. Tristan Flores with 14 points to his name. Biñan for Bulacan, sends it to Hussein. Back to Biñan. This time, still with Bulacan. Chongson receiving it, out to Biñan as they take their time. Over a minute remaining. Chongson from deep, all the way from Bulacan.
Well, we still don't have a 4-point line here in the junior MPBL, but Chongson able to make that long and deep 3.
And Chongson with that 3-pointer makes it a 7-point lead. Meanwhile, under a minute remaining. Good defense from Bulacan. Vergara nowhere to go, sends it to Flores. Another send out. They fire from deep. Unable to answer back was Teng. And here comes Biñan. Biñan will attack. Biñan unable to score. And here comes Yang. For Quezon City, Jordan Yang sends it outside. Teng has it. Another send out. Good defense from Johan Chongson. Behind the back pass. So what a move as Hussein unable to convert. Meanwhile, on the other side, C finds Vergara. And good showcase of patience coming from Yui Vergara.
We're seeing the pace continuing to increase here for both teams.
Meanwhile, Vergara nabs a steal. And that's going to be a foul called on Hussein. 2 freebies coming up for Yui Vergara.
A double block there for Bulacan. Throwing the ball away on the inbound and fouling, and they are in the penalty. So 2 free throws here for Vergara as he tries to cut down this 5-point lead for Bulacan.
Let's take another look on what exactly happened. And Vergara showcasing some patience on that sequence. Good for 2 points and was able to nab a steal immediately afterwards. As first freebie is good for Yui. So far has 8 points, 6 points to his name. And make that 8 points after those 2 freebies. 8.9 seconds remaining. Mesa sends it to Biñan. High pass to Hussein. Hussein sends it out to Chongson. He fires from deep. And not that time, but that could have been big. Nonetheless, we will end our first 3 quarters with a score 45-42. JT Bulacan Taipan still on top in this competition, but just a 3-point lead. And we'll return for more intense action as once again this is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Sponsors, Doride, Bola ng Pinoy, the official ball of Junior MPBL.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
Wing Bowl, it's like coming home. Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes.
Back to the action right here for the start of our fourth and final period. Once again, it's 45-42, 3-point gap in favor of the JT Bulacan Taipan.
Well, this might just boil down to which team will make the decisive run. As it's only a 3-point lead right now for Bulacan. Bulacan has had good starts in the odd-numbered quarters. And let's see if they can pull off another big run here to try and ice this game.
Here comes Jordan, quick to bring it down. Edison Jordan attacks, drops it, and what a find, but that is foiled by Mesa. And here comes Quezon City. They still have possession. Tough shot, no good from D.
A little wild on that penetration for Isham D.
Meanwhile, Jordan and Bulacan having possession. Edison Jordan attacks. Jordan unable to finish, but Mesa good on that putback.
And Mesa just continuing to pound the boards here. 6 points and 5 rebounds in the game.
Definitely a big convenience to have someone as big as James Mesa on your lineup. Meanwhile, Himao to Flores inside the key jumper, and that's going to be a foul called on James Mesa, the first team foul of Bulacan this quarter.
Definitely got hit on the shooting arm is Flores, and he will through to the free throw line. Flores now with 14 points in the game.
Let's take another look on this towering move coming from James Mesa, and able to make it a 5-point lead. But it's now down to 4 after that first freebie coming from Tristan Flores. And on our screens, we're seeing Coach Ian Racela assisting Coach Ian Mazo for the 8-8 Junior Giants. As Flores will go 2 out of 2 and will cut the lead to just 3. So here comes Bulacan. Jordan. It's now Jongson at the attack. Drops it to Mesa. Out to Jordan once again. Kian Edison Jordan attacks and will score.
Continues to be a mystery here for Quezon City. How do they stop Kian Jordan, who now has 14 in the game?
And add 4 boards and 2 times along with that score. Meanwhile, it's back to a 5-point lead for Bulacan. Himao, nowhere to go. Traveling violation called on him.
Right now, still a 5-point lead. Still a long ways to go here. But Quezon City needs to take care of the basketball already. 21 turnovers for them.
Bulacan having possession, and good find by Espiritu to Jordan as he attacks and will score once again on that break.
Nothing too flashy right now for Edison Jordan, just going straight line to the rim.
So it's now a 7-point lead after 2 straight points by Jordan. Meanwhile, D from deep Unable to hit it, but they will get it back. Yeng, another try, still won't fall. Flores, third time's the charm for him.
Like how Flores able to follow the ball up with controlled shots.
To make that 18 points already for Tristan Flores. Meanwhile, Kyle Espiritu drops it to Mesa, and what a find from James Mesa.
Has been a reliable option for those guys trying to penetrate in the lane. Those drop passes have been very effective because of Mesa.
Meanwhile, still no good on that jump shot by D. And possession going to stay with Quezon City.
See some adjustments here for Quezon City again. That great drop pass to Mesa, who just continues to reward his teammates for those drop passes.
So far, 8 points and 5 boards for him. Meanwhile, Flores sends it to Cheng. Quick fire 3. Bullseye!
That's great execution from the baseline out of bounds play. Flores able to find a teammate open for that 3.
And much needed 3 to get them back on track. It's just a 4-point lead for Bulacan. Meanwhile, Chongson has it. This time it's Jordan against Yeng. Edison Jordan putting on the moves, nowhere to go, sends it outside to Espiritu from deep. That rolls out of the rim.
Flores just losing control of the basketball.
And good find from Edison Jordan to the open Pangan on the fast break.
Not really something that you'd see a lot from the maturity of Tristan Flores, just unable to gain control of the basketball.
6-point gap, Bulacan on top. Flores from deep, rips the ropes on that 3.
That's one way to make up for that turnover. A clutch 3, cutting the lead down to just 3 points.
Make that 21 big points for Tristan Flores. Meanwhile, Pangan will fire a long 2, and that won't hit, but Mesa will grab it back for Bulacan. Sends it out, Chongson from deep, gets it to go!
A big time 3 here for Chongson, now with 11 points in the game. He only averages less than 4 points per game.
How do you like that? The small guy going big for Bulacan. Meanwhile, Flores another try. He won't hit that time. They try to fight for the rebound, but Flores high shot won't fall, and Chongson will grab it. But looks like Jordan in pain. Looks to have the usual cramps. Let's take another look on this Flores big time 3-point bomb. And on the other side, Chongson all the way from Bulacan.
Well, this could be quite a development here for Bulacan if Jordan is able to get back into the ball game.
When he looks to be experiencing, the usual case of cramps, as we're seeing him on their bench, on Bulacan's bench. So here comes, Quezon City able to nab a steal. Good find from Flores to Yeng for 2 points.
This could be crucial minutes here for Bulacan, who will take over the scoring with Jordan out.
So it's back to a 4-point lead, 2-possession game. And we're approaching the 5-minute mark of our 4th period. And no good from Hussein. A big-time rebound by Flores. And here he goes. He attacks the lane. Flores, tough shot off the glass. That's good.
Looked like he lost his footing there, but able to make the adjustment.
23 points now for this guy, Tristan Flores, as he seems frustrated with that overpass coming from Goming Hui.
They were able to force a turnover, so you can see right here, had a bit of a slip there, but still able to finish is Tristan Flores.
So far, it's just a 2-point lead for Bulacan, 1-possession game. It could be anyone's game. And they almost lose it, but Espiritu grabs it a hold. Chongson, no defender in sight. He won't knock down that 3. But coming out of nowhere is Pangan, as he will be shooting 2 freebies, getting fouled on that putback attempt.
That has been a big problem here for Quezon City, the offensive rebounding of Bulacan. Bulacan already with 14 offensive rebounds in the game.
first freebie won't go for Pangan. Another chance to make it a 3-point lead perhaps. And he won't. 0 out of 2 for him. Quezon City can tie the ball game up or take the lead. Flores rises up inside the paint. Jumper, that's good. And he will tie the ball game up at 58.
The mid-range jumper, a very hard shot to master, but Flores seems to have mastered that pretty well so far for Quezon City.
Hussein brings it down against Yang. Sends it outside. Mesa, nowhere to go. Passes it to the wrong guy. Cheng has it. And now a chance to take the lead for the Junior Giants. Teng. Now it's with Cheng. And a foul going to be called on Hussein.
And that's only the second team foul for Bulacan. So still a good foul as they try to arrest the momentum of Quezon City and gives an opportunity here for Edison Jordan to check back into the game.
Nature Spring timeout called right here by Coach Ian Mazo as they're currently experiencing a deadlock with their opponents at 58. And another look on that Tristan Flores go-ahead bucket to tie the ball game up. And we will be back after this Nature Spring timeout. A deadlock at 58, over 4 minutes rather, remaining in our fourth and final chapter. So far, 2 team fouls for Bulacan, 1 for Quezon City as they have possession. At that time, that's gonna be a turnover by Teng.
Case of miscommunication there for Quezon City.
Meanwhile, Jordan brings it down. Jordan being pressured by the white shirts. Meanwhile, Espiritu from deep. He won't hit it. It looks like possession going to stay with Bulacan.
Interesting how Flores is not on the floor for Quezon City.
Meanwhile, Mesa receiving it. They're taking their time, but they have 8 seconds remaining as Chongson no good at that fadeaway 3. Yang, high pass to Cheng. Cheng attacks, steps on the brakes. It's Teng, nowhere to go. It's now with Yang. Jordan Yang inside the paint, foiled on that shot. Meanwhile, Teng grabs it back. And a sportsman-like foul call, this time on Teng, if I'm not mistaken.
See, but the referees was signaling someone pulling on either a jersey or the shorts here.
So we're not exactly sure what happened, but it is indeed a unsportsmanlike foul. Oh, it's on Kyle Espiritu of Bulacan. That's a big development. So Quezon City will have tons of chances to take the lead.
And the Espiritu will need to sit 3 game minutes.
So Teng, 2 freebies and then 1 more possession on the side of Quezon City as that first one is no good. Second one on its way. And still won't go for him, and we still have a deadlock at 58. But Quezon City a chance to take the lead, and Tristan Flores is back in the ball game. So right now, Vergara, the one to bring it out, sends it to Yang. He's up against Johan Jongson. And this time it's Teng being caged. Nowhere to go. Steps on the line, I believe, and that will turn the ball over to Bulacan.
That's the last thing you'd want, to get trapped by the sidelines, and that time a turnover forced by Bulacan.
Props to Bulacan. Even after drawing, or rather committing an unsportsmanlike foul, still have a deadlock at 58. Meanwhile, Baybin up top, the pick from Mesa, it's Hussein. Will fire one from deep. That won't hit. Mesa tried to get a hold of it, but Baybin recovers it. Mid-range jumper still won't go for them, and they still have it. But that's going to be a foul called on Quezon City.
Credit half that opportunity for Mesa, just continuing to keep the ball alive, and Baybin will now troop to the line for 2 free throws. We've been deadlocked at 58 for quite some time now.
And a chance for Baybin to take the lead. So far has 8 points and 10 rebounds to his name. A chance for a double-double as well for him. But will miss that first freebie. Nonetheless, a chance to give his squad a 1-point lead. Under 3 minutes remaining in our 4th chapter. Second freebie on its way for Baybin. And will miss that one. So it's still a deadlock at 58. However, sloppy sequence coming from Jordan Yang. So he will, actually Quezon City will again turn the ball over to Bulacan.
Both teams just unable to take advantage of opportunities. Still tied at 58.
Baybin bringing it down for Bulacan. Hussein has it. Now it's Chongson. Chongson still has the leather. Now it's Jordan. Shot clock down to 8. Jordan. Not that time. Both teams wrestling for the basketball, but Yang will grab a hold of it. But that pass is going to be too strong on the other side, so possession back to JT Bulacan Taipan.
That could have been an easy layup for C. Just really too strong of a pass there for Quezon City.
So we're approaching the last 2 minutes of our ball game. So far, it's Bulacan finding a way as Jordan locating the open James Mesa.
That's continued to be that reliable option inside it. Mesa has given his team the lead.
Last 2 minutes of our ball game, and that won't go in. Bulacan with the upper hand right here. Jordan attacks. Jordan make that 4-point lead for Bulacan. What a time to come alive. JT Bulacan Taipan on a roll. But Jordan seems to be experiencing the usual case of cramps. Once again, let's take another look on this fast break hesitation move coming from Kian Edison Jordan. Again, it's a 4-point lead for Bulacan. Under 2 minutes remaining in our 4th and final chapter. (62-58), 4-point gap in favor of Bulacan. Under 2 minutes remaining in our ball game.
Very crucial possession here for Quezon City. Pretty much a match score with only 100 seconds remaining in the game.
Quezon City a chance to minimize the lead. Vergara from deep. 4-point play coming from Yui Vergara.
A little late on the closeout there for Jordan, hitting the shooting hand of Vergara.
Let's take another look on this potential 4-point play from Yuri Vergara. A pound-for-pound fitness foul counted move.
Quezon City just has some excellent execution from those sideline out-of-bounds play, and this time it's Vergara able to tie the ball game with that 4-point play.
Crazy sequence coming from Quezon City. That time it wasn't the Junior Giants anymore, that was Xavier School. Meanwhile, Bulacan, chance to take the lead once again. Bulacan Facing a deadlock right here. Jordan attacks, drops it, and no good on that attempt. But Mesa able to find an opening inside.
Another second chance point by Mesa, getting the rebound, scoring on the reverse.
Over a minute remaining. Yang sends it to Vergara from deep. Bullseye!
All of a sudden, Vergara has heated up here. Now it's 16 points in the game.
1 point lead for Quezon City. And big time shots coming from Yui Vergara. Once again, just like what we've mentioned before, Coach Noy, he participated in the 3-point contest that was held in this exact same venue. Let's take another look on that big time 3-pointer from Vergara. And a steal right here by the same guy, but Chongson gets it back for Bulacan. And Hussein attacks. Hussein no good on that attack. That's gonna be a foul called on Bulacan, and 2 freebies, I believe, coming up. So under a minute remaining right here in our ball game.
What a big development here as Quezon City and Vergara just exploding here. 7 straight points and a chance to extend the lead with 2 from the line.
And Vergara just unconscious with shooting that basketball. First freebie is good. So far has 18 points to his name. And add 4 3-pointers to that stat line. So a chance to make it a 3-point lead. And he does. Nature Spring timeout going to be called by Coach Jerry Lipio, as Bulacan trailing by 3. Still decent amount of time to make something happen. And we return after this short break. (67-64), 3-point gap in favor of Quezon City 8-8 Junior Giants. Under a minute remaining in our ball game as Bulacan has possession. Jordan, the ball is in his hands. Edison Jordan asks from a pick. He fires from deep, unable to hit that 3-pointer. Still, 3-point gap. Yang has it against Chongson. Yang steps on the brakes. Now it's C. Inside, falls to the ground, and possession going back to Bulacan. Another chance to tie the ball game up.
It looks like I thought C was hurt on that play, but that turnover could be very crucial here for Quezon City. If you're Bulacan, don't need to go for a 3 at this stage. They just need to score in the quickest way possible.
33 seconds remaining. Bulacan on the penalty already. Hussein, now it's Jordan against Flores. Jordan still has it. Edison Jordan, nowhere to go, fires from deep, and no good at that corner shot. Meanwhile, Yang able to receive it, and a foul going to be called on by Bean, and that'll mean 2 freebies for Jordan Yang.
Right now for Quezon City, an opportunity to ice this game from the free throw line. So far in this game, they've struggled a little bit. 14 out of 22, only 63%.
So far, it's 12 points for Jordan Yang. Add 8 rebounds and 2 dimes. Make that 13 rather with that freebie. And more importantly, it's a 2-possession game. 14 seconds remaining. It'll be a big challenge for Bulacan, as Jordan Yang will go 2 out of 2. And a Nature Spring timeout called by the JT Bulacan Taipan as they're trailing by 5 with just 14 seconds remaining. A tough situation for them, but nonetheless, we'll return after this short break. (69-64). It's a 5-point gap. Quezon City on top of this one. 15, or at least near to 15 seconds remaining. And Bulacan still has a chance to make miracles in this ball game.
Well, you're expecting Bulacan to go for a 3-ball at this stage of the ball game and go for the quick steal or go for the quick foul and make Quezon City have to beat them from the free throw line.
Meanwhile, Jordan unable to hit the 3, and Yang will grab the board for Quezon City. Last 6 seconds, and Bulacan will still decide to foul.
Just a great fourth quarter here for Quezon City, outscoring Bulacan 27-19. And it looks like that decisive run will come from Quezon City here in the fourth quarter.
So I think it's safe to say Quezon City will escape with a win for their last game of the season. So perhaps they are indeed safe in that top 4 spot in our standings. Ito namang Bulacan again still has one more game after this one. And they're currently at the 5th spot. And they will fall down to 6th spot, tied with Mandaluyong. So still a chance to improve from where they are right now, but for the meantime, the Quezon City 8-8 Junior Giants enjoying this 7-point W, 71-64.
Well, just a great game here for Quezon City, especially from Vergara, who just exploded in the last 2 minutes, scored 9 points, which pretty much gave this game to Quezon City, but it was the game-long brilliance actually of Tristan Flores, who will finish with the double-double, 25 points and 10 rebounds in the game, which is the key performance so far here for Quezon City in this win over Bulacan.
And again, Quezon City will improve to a 7-3 record, good for the 4th place. Ito namang Bulacan falling to 4-5, tied actually with Mandaluyong and Davao. So we have a triple tie at least for now. But as of the meantime, we're just awaiting for the interview of our best player of the game. Again, you've mentioned him. And now we have Miss Daphne Cristobal to introduce to us to our Don Benito's best player of the game.
Double-double output for Tristan Flores, our player of the game. Congratulations to you and your team. You scored 25 points and 10 rebounds with 2 assists on this game. Tristan, your team was down by as much as 10 points on this game, but you guys remained patient. Can you share with us how you and your teammates remained so patient and just entrusted the system of Coach Ian?
We trust Coach Mazo, and he always puts, the coach system always puts next play mentality. And we always forget about what happens and we just keep playing. Games like these, how you come back from setbacks and how you fight through adversity.
Tristan, is there anyone you would like to say hi to or anyone you would like to thank to?
I'd like to thank all the people who came to watch. I want to thank my teammates. I want to thank you for everything. Thank you for the opportunity, and I hope that you all stay safe. I love y'all. Thank you.
Once again, congratulations Tristan and to the rest of Team Quezon City. At syempre magpasalamat din tayo sa Don Benitos for providing our player of the game, this Filipino delicacy. Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasava. Back to you, Cho and Coach Noy.
Thank you very much, Daphne. Once again, our Don Benito's best player of the game, the very well-spoken Tristan Flores, 25 points and 10 rebounds, enough to carry Quezon City to a win in their final game of this Junior MPBL season number 2. Coming up, 16 and under action still between the Quezon City 8-8 Junior Giants and the JT Bulacan Taipan. And once again, this is the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan. Landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, pound for pound fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
Wing Bowl, it's like coming home. Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes,